Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message and an energy update. So we had the new moon over the weekend and I was guided to not do too much in terms of actively manifesting or, really trying to do energy work aside from the energy work that I booked to do for clients. I wasn't going to do anything for myself. I was just going to really allow myself to just be in my feminine energy and just do things that would bring me joy, such as eating the things that make me happy, self-care, taking it easy, doing things that just relax me, like, a nice face mask, or just really taking the time to do my makeup. I've noticed that I really enjoy doing that before going out to meet my friends, just to really be in the moment and really have that time to myself and really take that opportunity to find joy in that moment. It was really relaxing and really good. And some things I have realized during that time, it didn't just give me time to relax and to just really be with myself, to just enjoy the time that I had, but it also gave me insights and inspiration and clarity about things that I've been wondering about, and it's actually really helped, because the guidance I was given was just take time to enjoy yourself, to be present, to be in the moment, and to just make as much take as much enjoyment from just simple pleasures, and that was all my guidance I was given for this time. For this, it was an eclipse, a partial eclipse, wasn't it, and a new moon, and all I was guided to do was just take the time to myself and really be present and enjoy myself. But whilst I was doing that, I was receiving guidance which I actually felt I've missed that, because for the longest time since I've been on this really intense healing, since last year, I felt almost blocked to the guidance. It felt like nothing was really channeling, and that's why I hadn't really posted that many videos, because I was like, well, I've got nothing to talk about. I mean, I don't want to just post for the sake of posting and then not sharing anything valuable. So it was really frustrating for me for a very long time, because I just didn't know what to say. It is really bad running a channel and hoping that you can inspire people, but really not really having anything to share. And I didn't want to just talk about random stuff that had nothing to do with what I was trying to do with my channel, So whilst I was just doing things to make myself feel more like myself, like taking time doing my hair and trying out new foods and new makeup, just simple things, I had started to wonder, what was the purpose of me going for my second degree and going down the road of studying psychology? Because I felt duped. I felt like it was not what I wanted, and I felt really sad about that for a very long time, actually. I went into it hoping I would help people, hoping I would learn new things to not just help people the way I'm doing now with my spiritual services, but also on a practical, scientific level, but I guess that wasn't meant for me because it just didn't take me down that path. It took me down the road of running medical trials and, seeing what effects certain medications had on people. And I was like, wow, this is not where I wanted to go. So I felt really sad and really disillusioned by the whole thing. And I started to wonder, was that actually wasteful? Was that actually bad? I know parts of me felt like I did it for the wrong reasons. Not all of it, but a small part of me was trying to appease other people in my life, the opinions of family members. Oh, if I study this, it means that they can finally take my spiritual business seriously, which that's the stupidest thought, now I come to realize it. But at the time, I needed approval to some extent, and I thought that people would respect me more. Not just my family, which now it doesn't matter anymore because I don't even need to prove myself to them. I never did, but I definitely don't now. If you've been following me, you know the reason why. But even my friends, even people, that I know are my friends, I felt it would make more sense to them rather than just having the spiritual business. If I came and approached this from a scientific point of view, I would gain more, I don't know, notoriety, respect. It was just silly. It was all coming from a place of not being enough rather than a place of feeling that it would serve everyone, especially my clients. And that was a fear that I had, is like, oh my God, did I only do it for those reasons? Did I only do it because I felt not good enough, and that I felt I had to live up to some extra standard that was just not where I was supposed to go. But during this time, this weekend, I actually came to another realization, and this actually made me feel so much better, and I gained clarity and understanding about why I did the things that I did, why I was led down that path, because I felt disillusioned for a long time, thinking I was sent on a wild goose chase. I was led down this path of having a second degree and it being in psychology, and all the while thinking, do I need 2 degrees? I've already proved myself academically. I don't really need another degree. Well, what is this? But then I started to realize, had I not gone down this path, and yes, it disappointed me. I didn't want to do the dissertation in the end because I didn't want to waste another year focusing on medical trials, and that's really not where my beliefs lie. But I realized if I hadn't taken the road of applying for a second degree, I would not have felt inclined to research my own childhood traumas and inspecting why my family were the way that they were and what could have potentially led them to being the way that they are, and what was the best course of action for me to take to remove myself from that. And in the end, I feel that this did serve me in a way, because it got me to break free from the mundane 9-to-5 job that was really making me feel like I was headed down a dead end and couldn't see a way out. It got me into believing in myself more so that I could start this business and also start my channel and reach all of you who are now listening to me. But also now it gave me the tools that I needed to coach myself in my own life and approach my own trauma from a scientific as well as a spiritual viewpoint, so that I could understand the situation better and get closure on that for myself. I had to give myself closure because they weren't going to do that for me. All they were going to do is continue to gaslight and deny all the wrongdoings. So I had to get closure for myself. But I understand now that in going down the road of a psychology degree, yes, it wasn't what I expected and it wasn't what I wanted to continue doing, but it brought me onto the correct path to be in a mindset of, I'm going to research this. I'm going to dedicate time and effort understanding my childhood, understanding the family dynamics, understanding as much as I can the family members responsible for making me feel the way that I did for so long, and finally getting to close that chapter and making myself feel accepted and healed. Because I think I needed that. As much as I was healing myself on a spiritual level through my chakra balancing and all of that, the curiosity in me, the scientific curiosity, needed to be fed, and I needed that aspect to be brought to light, not just for me, but also for my sister, because she's on the same healing path as me regarding our family and having to break free from that trauma. And whilst she does understand certain spiritual aspects, it was also important for her to see it from a scientific point of view, to let her logical mind have that information and understand why things happened the way that they did. So ultimately it did serve me, but I did feel for a very long time like I was being led on a wild goose chase. And same with the twin flame journey. It brought up a lot of questions in me as to why things went the way that they did. Like, why couldn't we just have a straightforward connection, and why was communication so difficult and strained? But it's because I felt like I was not authentic to myself, and that's the thing I didn't understand, is I felt like I had to achieve so much more than what I already had, which is silly, because I was perfect already, just the way that I was. It's just that I needed to understand and realize that before I could allow myself to be accepted in that way, if that makes sense. I'm going to elaborate on that aspect in another video, because I don't want to make this one too long and cover too many different subjects. So I'll keep this one concise with the illumination aspect of the energy portal that we've experienced. And I feel, having spoken to a lot of private clients as well over the last few days, a lot of them have gone through the same thing, where I have a lot of Reiki healers and energy healers as clients as well, which is, I also do energy healing, but it's good because they can more clearly understand things, because I do the same type of work. And I said to them, look, don't worry, it's not just you. I've been through what feels like a block, a wild goose chase, because a lot of them were starting to wonder, am I on the right track? Am I supposed to be continuing on being self-employed and having an energy healing business? Like, is this actually working for me? But it is. It's just, give yourself the time to be in your receptive divine feminine energy. Do things that give you joy and allow that to bring you illumination. Don't force it, just allow it to come to you, and it will. And that's the main takeaway of this energy portal, is be in that receptive state through doing things for yourself, and through that you'll find clarity. So I hope that this has helped anyone who was drawn to listening to this message. If you would like to connect to me and buy any of my services, then all the details are in the description below the video. I will update the May offers. I haven't done that yet, I don't think, but I will be doing buy 3 get 1 free on reading healings and channeled messages. And Oh yes, and buy 10 at a 40% rate. I'll continue to do those as well, as some of you seem to prefer the larger bundles. So they'll be on my community page here on YouTube. So thank you all so very much for watching, and have a beautiful day. Namaste.